Hey YouTube, it's Mike here and I'm bringing you guys a video based on did icons kill the game? Now I know before I get into the video itself, in the background you're probably looking at my team, you're saying, Mike, what are you complaining about? You got 3 icons yourself, you also got Team of the Year Bonucci, you got a mega team. Yes, I do have a mega team, and probably the question that's going to come right after that is how much money did you put in the game? So when I first bought the game, the first week I bought the game, I bought myself 12,000 FIFA points. It was like $130 Canadian, okay? And later on during the year when Black Friday came, I ended up buying another $50 worth of points. So I ended up basically paying around $200 Canadian to buy packs, okay? The rest is all based on me playing Weekend League, me playing squad battles. Sorry, that's my phone. That's my bad. And me playing the market, buying, selling, whatever, opening up SBCs, like doing SBCs, opening up packs. At the end, like the money comes from like all of that. So for example, we look at my team, we see how much is my team worth. As you can see, I was showing you guys some of the prices and all that. Roughly my team is worth about 3.5 million, okay? So we're 4 months going into their 5th month into the game, and I have a $3.5 million team. So what I'm gonna do now is, in the background while we're talking about the subject, did the icons kill the game? We're gonna look at one of the Foot Channel games that ended up being a very high scoring game. I think there's 15 goals in the game. I think it finishes 8-7, and one team has 2 icons and with good players around them, and the other team has 5 icons with Ronaldo and whatever, like a real mega team. Anyway, this is the matchup that you're gonna see here in the background. So we're looking at this guy's team. As you can see, he's got 2 icons, Van Basten and Mateus, and this guy here has Ronaldo, Gullit, Vieira, Ronaldinho, and Ferdinand. Also, he does have Cristiano Ronaldo, Bale. I think that could be Team of the Year Marcelo with Team of the Year Ramos. I'm not exactly sure. I wouldn't be surprised in Team of the Year Alves. So anyway, the point of this video is that one guy clearly has a team that is worth around my my value, 3.5 million. It's say up to 5 million coins. And considering the fact that we're like almost 4 months to 5 months into the game, I would say that is a reasonable team to have, right? I mean, if you play Weekend League and you finish like between gold to elite 3, whatever, you should be able to at least regenerate a few million coins. Also consider the fact that you could also get like lucky with the SBCs and stuff like that. Like I did, I ended up getting a Del Piero that was worth like 1.5 million at that time. Either way, like you play the game, and around this time having 3, 4, 5 million is kind of like normal. Yes, I did put $200 in the game, but you know, getting that kind of money is kind of normal. And now he's playing versus a guy that basically has a mega team where his team is worth probably 20+ million. And logically, if you got a team that's worth 20+ million, you most probably paid for that team. It's almost impossible for a person in 4 months to regenerate that kind of coins. Now, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Everything is possible. A guy could be lucky and he opens up like a pack every week and he gets these freaking crazy cards that are worth 6 million, you know, like R9 and stuff like that. I mean, anything is possible. But if we go with the majority of us, we know that the guy would have to be extremely lucky to basically have that kind of team just by playing the game. Okay, so fair enough to say that this guy probably put even close to $1,000 to even more than $1,000 in the game. I would say probably even more. Who knows? So now the question, of course, is did icons kill the game? Now I know that this question is going to be one of those that, you know, 50% are going to say yes, and the other 50% are going to say no. So first I'm going to go with my personal opinion on it. Um, as you can see, I play on PlayStation. Okay, so this is the first year that we get the icons. I've never experienced it before, so it's fun in a way that I get to play with certain players that, for example, I'm a little bit older than probably the majority of the people that play the game. Who knows? I'm in my 30s, so I get to play with certain players that were, in my time. So it's fun to be able to have access to those players. Um, the reality, though, is that since there's no restrictions in the game, with the amount of icons you're allowed to have in your team and stuff like that, if I have to base myself on that alone, I would say yes, icons destroyed the game, because I feel like EA is doing a very poorly job of making a competitive game. A lot of people complain about pay to win. For example, the guy that has the $20 million team, or give or take 20 million, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 20 million. You look at it and you're like, man, the guy bought himself. He bought him, he paid to win. He bought himself he paid himself to victory, basically, because you cannot regenerate this sort of team in so little time. It's unrealistic, and it kills the competition, because some of the good players, for example, most of the good players, if you look at them, they're running these mega teams, and we all know they put thousands of dollars in the game. And I get it, it's their job in a way that they're pros and they go play competitive in those live tournaments and stuff like that for real money. So everything depends on them qualifying through this game to get there. And this is bad, because EA could have easily implemented some sort of system where, for example, you have a restriction of icons allowed in your weekend league. Let's say, for example, 3 based on my team. Okay, so you'll be like, yeah, Mike, you're picking 3 because it's your team and you want 3. No, I mean, I would like to have 10 of them, but that's what I have. I have 3. That's what I could afford. That's what my team is worth. But I'm just saying that I think 3, not because I have 3, but I think 3 is a fair number, right? You got 11 players on your squad plus the subs and everything, but you have 11 starting players on your team, and I think that 3 is a fair number. I mean, I think having 3 icons in your team is a fair number. It gives you the capability to work hybrid teams, to basically fool around with different leagues, like have different players that you like implemented into your team based on those icons. This is why I like the fact that icons are in the game, but I don't like the fact that you could have a team full of icons that basically kills the game. It basically kills the competitive part of the game, because not everybody could afford these 20, $30 million teams. It's ridiculous. So we look at that and we're like, okay, so if EA would implement something inside the system where it says, okay, for example, you're allowed to have 3 icons per your, like 3 icons in your weekend league, in your team, basically. It would be based on weekend league, because I guess season you allow to have whatever you want in divisions and stuff like that, and the rest is based on you playing with regular active FIFA players that are playing at the moment, because the game is based on on what's happening now. Like if we're going into games and we have 11 icons in our team, we're not even playing FIFA no more. We're playing Legends. You know what I mean? We're playing Hycon 18. We're not playing FIFA 18. You know what I mean? We're playing a different game, basically. This is why I like the idea that there, but I don't like the fact that you could buy your way to a full icon team. It's just too much. It's ridiculous. If a guy wants to own every single icon in the game, no problem. You could own them all, but when you come into the weekend league, you gotta pick 3 of them in your starting 11. Okay, with the rest free for all, use whatever you have, like any R9, I mean any R7s, any Messi's, whatever. As long as you only have maximum 3 icons. I think that's fair. I don't know what you guys think. I would definitely like to hear what you guys think about my suggestion of how I think the game would be a bit more competitive. Of course, there's another thing about another thing I was about to say was that, for example, if EA would remove chemistry completely, it would actually help the smaller people that play the game and don't have as much time, or like mostly they don't have much time. Like they don't have much time to play the weekend leagues. They can play a weekend league. They probably can't play all 40 games. They probably don't have time to sit on their ass like 5 hours a day trading and investing their coins to have more and more coins. So if you would remove chemistry, I think personally it would be funner for a few reasons. One of them is based on we get to finally play with the players that we want. Now, when I mean no chemistry, I mean really no chemistry. Like if you want to put Ronaldo as your goalie, you put him as your goalie and he's on 10. You want to put him as your right back, he's your right back, he's on 10. You know what I mean? Remove it completely. I know that there's one thing that can happen that could be bad out of that is that it's either remove chemistry, then there's gonna be full teams of like bakayokos, like OP players. But then again, I mean, whatever, it is what it is. I find it would be funner. I find it would be more competitive in a way, saying that it would actually bring the people that have less time into the game enjoy the game a little bit more, because they could actually work with a team that they would want to play with. Anyways, I think that would be something that a lot of people want for the near future of FIFA, is to have your ultimate team and to be able to play whoever you want, wherever you want. I mean, that's what it is, right? Now, every week we get Team of the Weeks, and during our Team of the Weeks that we get, if we don't get players from specific leagues, every other card becomes unusable. And it's kind of boring, because you look at some of these cards and they're really, really nice cards, and the best you could do with them is basically use them as a super sub. Wouldn't it be fun to actually be able to implement these cards into your team and actually try them out and actually have fun with them? I think that it would fix two things if you remove chemistry. One, based on Team of the Weeks, every single card would be usable based on if they're good or not. I mean, you will be able to implement them in your team. And the other thing, you wouldn't have people complaining about their monthlies, because when monthlies will come out, whatever you finish, if you finish the gold 3, gold 1, elite, every card that you will get would be a usable card afterwards if they're a good card, right? But everybody would have usable cards to actually play in their team. So I know during the video we were talking about the subject if icons kill the game, but during that time we were watching this game in the background, and we clearly see that the guy that has a $20 million team ends up scoring this goal right here and ends up making it 8-6. As you can see, this game here, clearly these two guys were definitely pretty even players, but the team that had that extra push because of the amount that team was worth is going to end up winning the game in extra time. And did he buy his victory basically on the fact that he has such a mega team? Anyways, leave a comment down below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, even after seeing those 7 or 8 kickoff goals from this game. Anyways, I just hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will be seeing you guys in the next video coming up probably sometime next week, because I'm actually at the moment playing the weekend league with my new team. So anyways, I wish you guys a good weekend. Bye bye all.